Hello, my name is Johannes Balassa. I am a student of BCM 300 and a member of Group Data. And today in this video, I'll be presenting my contribution to Assessment 2 presentation. Group Data had 5 members responsible for different roles in creating our board game, Bank Heist. Those roles were rules, strategies, storyline, advertising, and game design. My role was in game design. I took part in designing the different cards that were used for the prototype of our game. When we started designing our board game, our lecturer mentioned that we should take inspiration from existing games as it would take too long to design a game from scratch. As a result, we took inspiration from the game Saboteur, a game that we regularly play in class. Regarding gameplay, in the meantime, we took other inspiration from other franchises such as the TV series Money Heist and another card game, Mafia. The story of the game is quite simple. There are thieves who want to rob a couple of banks. Meanwhile, there are undercover police officers, cops for short, who blended among the group of thieves in order to sabotage their efforts when it comes to robbing the banks. The thieves win if they rob both banks, while the cops win if no banks or one bank remains unrobbed. The first concept of the game involved us setting it in Peng Chau. Instead of robbing banks, the goal of the thieves would be to escape from the cops who are chasing them down. Eventually, as the game concept developed, we decided to have the game take place in the more crowded urban environment of Hong Kong, such as Mongkok or Sham Shui Po, with the goal of the thieves robbing banks. Additionally, we wanted the design to reflect the look of Hong Kong, but due to the limited time that we were given, it was not possible to add much detail to the designs. When it came to the cards, I decided to make a simple design that can allow the players to be able to distinguish different types of cards by using stock images, as well as having each card have a different colors in order to avoid confusion. The software I used was Adobe Photoshop. I will showcase the cards I have designed here. The roll card determines the behavior of the player. Each roll card has a different win condition. Once a roll card is allocated, each player needs to keep their roll card secret, as revealing one's roll card will cause them to be targeted by the opposing team once publicly known. The role of the thief is to rob the 2 banks in order to win. Win condition: rob 2 banks. The role of the undercover cop is to prevent the thieves from robbing both banks. Win condition: prevent the thieves from robbing 2 banks. The goal cards are the cards that will need to be reached by the thieves. The cops need to prevent the thieves from reaching the goals. There are a total of 4 goal cards around the map. There are a total of 2 goal cards which are banks. They are win goals. Both goals are needed to win. The other 2 goal cards are prisons, which are decoy goals. If any of those 2 goals are reached, the person will be sent to prison. The only way to get out of prison is for the spinner to land on the jailbreak action. Thieves use path cards in order to reach the goal cards. The cops use the path cards to prevent the thieves from reaching the goal cards. A lot of the mechanics have been inspired by Saboteur, such as the roll and path cards. However, instead of having cards that can perform different actions like in Saboteur, we have decided to use a singular card that allows the player to spin a spinner in order to perform an action. If a player gets a spin card, they get to spin a spinner, 1 per turn, in order to play an action. Reveal map action reveals one of the goal cards to the player playing the spin card. Freeze action skips a player's turn. Jailbreak action breaks a player out of prison. Unmask identity action reveals another player's role to the player playing the spin card. Shortcut action removes one of the path cards on the table. Get 1 path card and 1 spinner card. The player of the spin card gets 1 path card and an extra spinner card. One thing that I took away from game design is that game development is a really difficult process. Having an original idea for a game is extremely difficult due to either the idea already existing or it being too similar to another game, which might cause legal issues. As for the design side, since we did not have much time, I could only use my basic knowledge of Photoshop to develop the designs. But with the advent of AI generated art, I think I might use these tools for future development, as it could save time and create designs that are superior to my primitive design skills.